This video is about your ancestors are really trying to reach you and communicating with your ancestors' spirit. So I'm Varney. I'm a spiritual teacher, an author and podcaster of all things spiritual. Love this spiritual stuff, so I do. And by the end of this video, you'll know what are your biological ancestors, how they can help you, what to do if you don't know who they are, and how to connect with them, and why it's important to connect with them, and how can you tell if they're helping you. So, and before we get into the contact, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And also, if you're serious about connecting to your spirit team, your ancestors, and you're in the midst, or you're over your spiritual awakening, you're just really getting into that new magical realm, because once you put those glasses on, it's hard to take them back off. We welcome you into the Spiritual Awakening Academy, where you'll learn how to connect to your spiritual guides, your ancestors, your angels, your shamanic guides, and so many others, where we learn ancient and practice ancient wisdom and healing and energy and manifestation methods. The links below if that really does help, if you want to know more information about it. So without further ado, let's get into the contact. Why your ancestors are trying to reach you and communicating with your ancestors' spirits. So when you think about your ancestors, what comes to mind? What really does come to mind? Tell me in the comments, what comes to mind when you think about your ancestors and the people who came before you on your mother's and your father's side of the family. It doesn't even matter if you know your mother and father, your grandfathers, your grandmothers, great-grandmothers, great-grandfathers. Doesn't matter if you don't know. People think, oh, but I don't know them and I've never met them. Doesn't matter. I've never met my father. Well, 36-year-old, I met him, but for a blip, a blip meeting. However, I didn't know his grandparents, his mother and father, and all the rest of it. But when I work with the ancestors, I can see them clearly. Sometimes you don't even have to see them clearly. Sometimes you just have the essence of them, so just remember that. And for many people, their thoughts about their ancestors are limited to those blood relatives. But what about your spiritual ancestors? Who are they and how can they help you? Because we all have our spiritual ancestors as well. And when most people think about their ancestors, they think, as I say, about the grandparents or even more distant relatives. However, the biological ancestors also play a role in your life alongside the spiritual ancestors. And we'll explore how you can work with your biological ancestors to improve your life. And we'll also discuss some ways to connect with them. So whether you're just curious about this topic or you're looking for help from your ancestors, some people believe that we're really not alone on this earth, and we're not. We're really not. The stories you hear, we all can't be wrong about these stories, and they believe that our biological ancestors, sorry, I've got here, here we go, trapped. Here we go. So where were we? There's many ways to connect with your ancestors, and each person will have to find the way that works best for them. And one of the most common methods is to perform a ritual or a ceremony, honoring your ancestors' memory. Sometimes you don't even have to do that. Setting the intention is the most powerful thing you can do to connect with your ancestors, is just setting the intention. You can also write letters or prayers to them, or simply talk to them as you would any living being. I speak to them every single day. Every day I speak to them. And the important thing is to be respectful and open-minded, and remember that they may not always be able to help us in the way we want or expect, So how can they help you? So they can help you with so many different things, as I said in another video, the how to tell who your ancestors are, and discuss about the when you've got the same shit different day, kind of, you know, the same things going on, those you know, especially when we're in victim and blame and what have you. So how can they help you in other ways? So if you want to manifest, they can really help you manifest amazing things. I mean, I actually got the ancestors on board when I was manifesting 16 lottery wins in succession, you know, just 16 times, bought 2 tickets each time, and every time Euro Millions lottery was on, I won each time. You know, 16 times in total over a week, 2.5 week period. And I got the ancestors involved, I got the spirit team involved, you know, because they're there to help us. They really are there to help us. If you have an ailment, or there's something going along in the ancestral line, for instance, if you've got the same thing, your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle, whatever, your granny, there's definitely something going on in the ancestral line. If there's the same thing happening, it can even be how you know, you've got the same nose, the same mouth, the same eyes and things. It's ancestral, yeah. And you can really just set the intention for the ancestors. First of all, you really need to connect to them, though. I think when you're connecting, it's really important to connect to them, and it's a really powerful connection exercise. Which we'll do is just really see yourself somewhere where you love to be in nature, you know, somewhere you love to go, somewhere where you feel safe, you know, you just love being there. It could be by the beach, it could be, you know, in a meadow, it could be in the forest, wherever it is, you just love to be there, yeah. And just see yourself walking around there, and then whilst you're walking around there, you see someone just walking towards you, because you're setting the intention that you are having one of your ancestors coming forward. You're just setting the intention the ancestors are coming forward. Now, if you need a deeper practice to really connect to your ancestors, we have all that in the Spiritual Awakening Academy, where we really do deep dive into connecting, healing, forgiving, and asking the ancestors for you to work with them, yeah. So really, it's really important to connect to them, and how can you tell if you're connected to them? You'll just feel it, you know, or you'll see it, you'll have a knowing, you'll sense, you'll taste, whatever the way your clairs work, your clairvoyance, your clairescence, whatever it is, however you work. There will be, you know, it will be there. Some people think because they can't see, oh, they're not there if they can't see. Not necessarily so. You know, it could be that you have a sense, a knowing, a feeling. You know, you can also see, be aware. There's so many different ways of connecting to the ancestors. Just always remember that. My way of connecting to my ancestors and my spirit team is I always, and this is only some of them that I got from this week. I have a collection of these beautiful feathers I get every single day. Sometimes I get tons and tons of these feathers. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful feathers that they just gift me all the time. You see, beautiful, aren't they? And I get these in the most, you know, I get them under my pillow when I've checked, when I've asked for a certain type of feather. I mean, this morning, I checked before I went to my bed last night, and as I got up this morning, this beautiful feathers under my pillow. Blows my mind, absolutely blows my mind that these I get these gifts every single day. But I don't just get the feather gifts, I get so many other gifts, you know, so many manifestations when I ask them if I can manifest something. When I put my focus on it and say, right, let's go for this. next thing, all these magical things start to happen, you know, magical things. So it really is important for you to connect to them, especially if you you know, if there's something you need to release within your contracts, your vows, curses, whatever is going on with you, yeah, that's why it's so important to connect to them, you know. And how can you tell if they're helping you? You know, a lot of people ask me that, but how can I tell? How can I tell if they're helping me? The thing is, how you can tell if they're helping you, things start to happen in your life. Things start to get easier, you know, and sometimes we get in our own way. You know I certainly do, even though I know all what I know about the ancestors and the spirit realm and all the rest of it. I still get in my own way, you know, all the time I get in my own way. But however, it is a lot easier, you know. I'm aware of it whenever I do get in my own way. Oh, here I go again, you know. And what I'm talking about there is my goal is to be of service to many people within the academy, so that I can really a non-judgmental place where we really do connect at a really high level, shine the light, connecting all the light workers, healers, all those people who just love shining that light, and it's bringing those people together so they feel they've got their tribe, you know, that because a lot of the time when we go into a spiritual realm, there's a lot of judgment from our peers, our family, and all the rest of it. And we have a lot of fears around there, because usually the fears are coming from, you know, you've maybe been drowned, you know, put on fire, hung in a past life. So there is a lot of fear shown that spirituality, because in the past lives, and I've had many in the past lives, those things that happen to us, you know, would have a fear because we think we're going to die, you know, that so many things, and those fears you just can't explain, and it's because they're going from a past life along your timeline, and the ancestors really help you with that. So you'll know when they're helping you. Your life will become easier. It really will become easier. However, if you don't get in your own way, that is, you know. And really connect to them, you know, make life easier for yourself. And also, it's quite interesting because I got a call, a woman who's coming onto the academy today, who believes that she has it, and I believe her too. You know, I really do believe that she does have these entities, dark entities within her. However, working with your ancestors, they're powerful. They're really powerful, and they can help you release those kind of things that are within you also. Yeah, I'll show you how. So I do. I'm Varney, spiritual teacher, coach, mentor, and author and podcaster. And please like and subscribe, and come and join us. Spiritual Awakening Academy, links below. And if the link isn't below, you're watching this somewhere else, just go over to my website, annevarney.com, and you'll certainly get us there. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.